Hey guys, and welcome back to Legomaster627's Creations. So today, it is Monday, December 16th, 2024. And the last time I accessed the world was 12/16/24 at 9:46 p.m. because I just finished making the Christmas 2024 event. And oh my god, this might be the best one yet. With all that said, let's jump right into it. Welcome to the Legomaster627's Creations Christmas 2024 event. This is the biggest Christmas event ever made in this world. Why is this the biggest one, you may ask? As I explore the world, you will see that all areas have new decorations, except for one area. Can you figure out which area is reused and why? I'll reveal the answer to what it is and why it was reused on December 25th. And I'm not wrong. Every single area in this party is brand new. And not just that, but the entire world itself is decorated as well. But that book is actually not wrong. This event is absolutely massive for a reason. And soon enough, you will find out why. I will be coming back on December 25th to reveal exactly what is reused. However, like I stated, as we go through this tour, let's try and figure out what room was reused. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Actually, before we kick off this tour officially, we need to open up the next 7 days of the advent calendar, which ironically complete this row. Another thing, you might notice the signs have actually been changed from tan to white. This was done earlier today, on December 16th, as I feel it actually makes more sense considering, over half the advent calendar uses basically these blocks. Everything else is the same though. Let's open up the doors. Day number 10 is the elf shoes, officially completing this very set of armor. December 11th is the elf banner, which looks like this. December 12th, the elf bag, which of course we can literally just put this said banner in there alongside that. Well, actually, no, we can't. December 13th, the cookie banner. It looks like this. How awesome. December 14th, the Peppermint Swirl banner. That looks very, very awesome. And let's put these in my inventory so we can claim the remaining items. And next up, day 15, the Red Ice Rink banner. And lastly today on December 16th, the Green Ice Rink banner. Now we are officially done with items for today. And now we're going to be coming back within the next 7 days to, of course, unlock the next 7 doors in the next episode right here on December 23rd. So, without further ado, with the advent calendar out of the way, as you can see, Christmas 2024 lasts from December 16th and ends right here at the end of the month on December 30th. So, yeah. These are becoming slightly shorter now, as you probably have noticed. Like last year, it was only 2 weeks as well. I will not be shocked if that's a thing going forward in these Christmas events, alongside the Halloween ones. To be honest, they're becoming too long, so that's probably why. In all seriousness, let's automatically start off with the tour. God dang it, we need to go get some cats. Please be good. Stripes. Yeah, we're only taking one cat today. We have a lot to tour today, and I have no idea if they're actually going to be able to keep up the entire time. Dealing with one, I think, is a lot easier. Alright, automatically jumping into this tour for real this time. As you can see, the world is decorated for Christmas 2024. As you can see, the water park entrance is updated, and I am sincerely proud to announce the water park is actually decorated in this party. Holy frick, that place never gets updated anymore. I need to do that more often. With all that said, I'll get to the treehouse in just a minute. And there's the book from earlier. That's going to stay there for the entire party. And you can actually go back and read that, actually, at any time during this party. These candy canes I'd like to call the wooden candy canes. I mean, they're clearly made out of wood, as you can clearly frickin' see. But yeah, we got the red wooden candy cane, the white wooden candy cane, and the green wooden candy cane over here. They're all duo candy canes, by the way, if you haven't managed to notice. And you also may have noticed the water park entrance is also made out of those as well. It's really cool. Now, as you can see, the entire map is updated for this party, which is actually pretty freaking cool. Not going to lie, though, the pillars right here holding up the treehouse honestly look really cool as well. Speaking of the treehouse, let's actually get up there now. And as you can see, there is snow all over the place, and the floor windows have been changed to red, green, and white. And as you can see up here, we got some candy canes that we saw down there as well, with more of these, you know, the window floors down there being updated. This is made in a Christmas tree, which is freaking awesome. As you can see, looks like this. It is really weird not having a hat up there, but granted though, that's because of the advent calendar already giving out so many items. Woo! That's crazy. In all seriousness, here's where we were earlier when getting a cat. As you can see, this is what it looks like now. It looks freaking awesome. I love this. As you can see, it's made out of all the candy canes in the room, which is actually really cool. Then we can go ahead and head up here to the top part of the treehouse, and as you can see, there's even more decorations. And as you can see up here, we got two candy canes. We got red and green candy canes right here. And heading on in here, we have, of course, my bedroom. And as you can see, this is how it looks. Looks pretty cool. We got snow all over the place. My bed is still blue. I probably should have changed that for the sake of the event. Give me just a second. That looks really off. That is much more like it. I'm going to keep that because holy frick, that fits out the room so much better. The blue did not go well with that design. Anyway, in all seriousness, that's it for the treehouse, so let's get out of here. We're now going to explore the rest of the planet world and then go to, of course, obviously, another section of the world. So you may have noticed that there were two candy canes right here besides the advent calendar. And as you can see, this is decorated like this. The windows have been updated with lit up lights and some ornaments on them. Pretty cool, if you do ask me. It looks pretty freaking awesome here. I do think I did a great job on all of these decorations. And heading on inside to the actual room itself, it looks like this. There's also some slight decorations here too, with a Christmas tree on the floor. The stairs have also been updated as well, with up here also being updated, with the fences being updated in red, green, and white. Pretty cool. Heading on in here, we obviously have Whiskers. Of course, this is normally where Stripes would be, but of course he is currently with us. Who knows? Maybe we'll get Whiskers next time. Who knows? Okay, Cookie and Winter aren't in here. That is really freaking weird, I'm not gonna lie. I'll just respawn them later. I did not realize they were dead. Until like right now. It's actually crazy. This window has been updated, but besides that, there is nothing else, so we are going to get out of here. I don't even need to pause this because the pool is literally right here. As you can see, we got more wooden candy canes all over the place, which is super, super cool. And as you can see, the pool looks like this as well. It looks very, very nice. And while we're here, let's go tour the cruise ship. I mean, we're already next to it, so why not? In here is not updated. I probably should have done something like the windows or something, but oh well. That's completely fine, though, because up here is updated, which, as you can see, looks like this. It actually looks pretty cool up here, I'm not going to lie. I actually did a pretty good job with this. And that is it for the cruise ship. There's not much to say about it, other than the fact that the village looks absolutely incredible. As you can see, welcome to Candy Cane Village. And trust me when I say this, oh, this is amazing. Allow me to demonstrate myself. This village contains all candy canes that we have seen over the years. Starting from 2015's red terracotta candy cane, going all the way to 2023's peppermint candy cane. So, allow me to demonstrate these to you. As you can see, starting off with 2015, we have the red terracotta candy cane, and this is what the building looks like made out of it. Of course, these are all custom designs, so yeah, just reusing, of course, these said colors. 2015 was the lapis blue candy cane, which, just for the simple record, looks like this. Looks absolutely amazing. And you'll notice how the candy canes for each are literally right next to their set designs, making it even more creative. Heading over here, we got 2017's red concrete candy cane. We'll head inside in just a second. Let's just showcase the outside first. As you can see, it looks like this. It looks very, very pretty. Heading on inside, we can clearly see that it looks like this. It is a completely custom design, and honestly, I really like how this came out. It is genuinely really, really cool. Heading on out and going to the next candy cane, we have 2018's blue concrete candy cane, as that wasn't introduced until that said year. With all that being said though, the design out here looks rather nice, and yeah, with all of that being said, of course, let's head on inside, which all it really is just this. So there's actually not too much you can actually see in here, other than it looks cool. Next up, we got 2019's green candy cane. As you can clearly see, the house here has been updated for this. And it honestly looks really cool. And you can see the green candy cane spread across here. Heading on inside, we can obviously see it is all green in here, which is actually really cool. And I'm not going to lie, this is genuinely amazing. With all that said, next up, we have gingerbread and ice candy canes from 2020. Even though I don't think the gingerbread candy canes were implemented until 2 years later. Regardless, I'll just put it here for the sake of it because technically it does represent the gingerbread theme from that said year. Regardless, as you can see, it looks like this. It is a mix between the gingerbread and ice candy canes from that said year. And heck, even if we go inside here, we can clearly see it is updated to, of course, reflect these changes. Heading on up here, we can see the entire balcony has been, of course, merged with both of them. This side, of course, being gingerbread, and this side being ice. As you can see, they merged together quite well. And to be quite honest with all of you, I honestly really like this, as it's a nice way to merge the two together. Next up is the gold candy cane, which was implemented in 2021. Technically, these were made out of concrete, and the ice candy canes were technically made out of light blue concrete, but we're just going to stick to their more clever designs for the sake of this party. Because actually, it makes far more sense this way. But yeah, looks like this. This is the blacksmith area. Looks freaking awesome. Oh, and yes, there is some powdered snow in this party for no reason. Actually, I'm personally not going to lie. I think that might be the only one in the whole party. Actually, frick it, we don't need that. I just realized we don't actually need that now that I think about it. Because I think that might have been the only powdered snow in this whole party. I'm not even freaking kidding. Next up is the snow candy cane from 2022. Here, as you can see, it is all snow themed in here, which actually looks awesome. Because it really does reuse that. Oh, and yes, there is a sixth book right here. This is actually the book that we saw at the beginning of the video. Its title is Christmas Secret. I couldn't space them in between, so I had to merge the two words together. But yeah, it's the same book that we saw at the beginning. I put it in here just so you could read it at any time. Just like all the other yearbooks. With all that said, the final room in this is the work shed with 2023's peppermint candy cane. As you can see, it looks like this. And to be clear, the building itself also looks amazing. As you can see, it is full on peppermint themed in here. And even going on inside, as we can see, it actually looks awesome in here. And heck, even going in here, it actually looks really, really cool. There's not much to say, though, outside of that, so I'm going to get out of here. And more importantly, get out of the village. So I'm actually going to go to the Big Brother series next, since it's literally, like, right next to the village. You know, now that I think about it, why is there no snow on this path? That's been fixed. Now this is going to be fun. So much so that I might need a certain somebody. Alright, so I've brought you a certain somebody named Rose Crystal. And we're going to tour this beautifulness together. So, with all that being said, check it out. It is all decorated for Christmas. How do you feel?
I swear I can speak. It looks great.
Oh. But that's only just the beginning. I actually brought you here for a reason. Not for just this reason. This looks amazing. Which, by the way, just for the record, hope you guys like this. But the real reason I brought you here was for this. Look how cool this is.
It looks really, really good.
Oh, wait. Hold on just a second. Oh, wait. It turns out all the other ones are like this. Okay. Anyway. Let's properly explain this now, shall we? As you can see, there are snow sculptures based off of every single season of our series. As you can see. It's pretty clear, am I right?
Yep.
Every single season has a snow sculpture, and I'm gonna go over those right now. Which is why I need you. As you can see, we have Big Brother Season 1. And, just for the record, because I am that good, I have also put down how long their length was. Before you ask, I actually had to go into the playlists to actually remember their lengths. I'm not joking, actually. With all that said, here is the Big Brother Season 1 logo. This honestly looked really cool. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Big Brother Season 2. This was from October 17th through December 27th of 2016. And here's the logo itself. As you can see, though, there is a carpet, or runners to be specific, going all over the place. And that's not all. Heading on inside to the actual Season 5 house, we can see it has been fully redesigned for Christmas. You can clearly see that this is custom because this was never implemented in Season 5 for one particular reason. It was not done during the Christmas season, if you recall. It was done at the end for Halloween, which of course can explain why this sign exists. So, overall, what do you think?
I really like it. It's really nice. It's really nice design.
Because, yeah, there was never a proper Season 5 Christmas design because the season was already far over by then. Now, that's not all. The true epicness continues here. Here we have the Big Brother Season 3 logo. This was from January 1st to February 17th of 2017. Holy frick. It's just me, or were these becoming longer?
It depends on what we were doing in the season.
Exactly. Now this one's interesting. Big Brother Season 4. February 22nd to May 4th, 2017. Holy frick, that was almost 3 months. What? Oh, but you thought that was crazy. Big Brother Season 5, June 3rd to October 3rd, October 31st, 2017. Holy frick, that went for almost 5 months? What were we thinking back then, Rose Crystal?
I mean, we were in school, so it's not like we could just drop it up every single day.
True. Remember that. Because that definitely made a huge effect on a certain something named Season 8 over there.
It's not like I had a choice. I have my property.
Oh, trust me. I'm aware. That isn't for Season 6, though. Look at this one.
We kind of dropped it after a year. I mean, we couldn't do much with it. We were out of ideas and really had a job. We went to school. It's just, there was so much going on that we just completely abandoned the series. Not out of because we wanted to.
Actually, hold on a second. That was for Season 8. You're bringing up facts for Season 8, bro. Season 6 lasted from January 23rd, 2018 to March 8th, 2019 with no conclusion. because we just never ended up doing it. We just dropped it after a year and just never finished it because we got too busy in the process to do so. Season 7, thankfully, we did finish. Eventually, it took almost a year, but we did it. Big Brother Season 7, April 10th, 2019 to January 27th of 2020. Take a look at the statue. Looks beautiful, right? And lastly, but not least, the ongoing season, Season 8, starting all the way back on March 20th, 2020, and will hopefully end at the end of the month. That's why I put December 31st, because there's a possibility we're probably going to end it at the end of 2024. Hopefully that is, of course. Am I right?
Well, we'll definitely finish it. I'm not sure if it'll be finished because of the contestants by the end of the year.
Who knows? But I'm just gonna put it there just in case. That might not be official, though. Don't guarantee it, actually. I'm dead serious. In here, however, is this jury house that you made. Of course, the difference is that now it is jam-packed with Christmas decorations, and holy frick, look how insane this is. This is actually not as much as I actually thought I was going to put in here. So, we're actually not done. There's actually one more snow sculpture. One that I, just for the record, was not intending to do, but I just did anyway, because why not? We have this massive snow sculpture. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at this massive insanity. I was not planning on doing this, just for the record. I only added it because out of just curiosity for no reason. Am I right?
Yep.
But here's what it says on the bottom. The Big Brother series, September 4th, 2016 for December 31st, 2024. With a thank you at the bottom, with a heart. Now, again, that's only depending on when Season 8 actually does end, of course. Again, I'm only putting that there just in case. That might not be official. With all that said, that wraps up the entirety of the Big Brother section. Overall, Rose Crystal, give me your thoughts on all of this.
I love how much detail you put into this. I really am. I mean, like, you put detail into everything you create, and I'm very proud of it.
Like, I did not need to go to this extent, but I did anyway because I'm just that good. In all seriousness, this actually, I'm not wrong. You are not wrong. This absolutely does look amazing. And with all that said, well, let's move on. Oh, and from this point forward, I don't think I'm going to need you for the rest of this. I literally only needed you for literally just this one section of the world. You're good now. Okay, I take that back. I might have still needed her for this. Frick! That's fine. We already had her for that entire Big Brother segment anyway. I think we're going to be good here. Because also, we don't need her the whole video. Anyway, the Souls Up series is actually updated for once. I know we just had it updated 2 months ago for Halloween, but you get the idea. This place barely gets updated, and I'm going to properly show you it now. Let's start off with the lab office now, shall we? As you can see, I am proud to announce that this segment of the world is an entire peppermint theme, as a reference to the previous year, where the entirety of the village over there was exactly that. Heading on inside, these are all custom designs, which actually do look amazing. And yeah, as you can see, yeah, it's all peppermint themed in here. It looks freaking incredible. And I don't think I'm going to need to pause in between these because they are so close to each other. Anyway, with all that being said, the medieval lab office looks like this. It's not as insane as, say, the first one that we just did. And I don't know why these redstone torches are still here from Halloween. That's really freaking weird. On this end, though, as you can see, it is updated. And it actually looks really cool. Heading on to the original Tools Lab 2 lab office, it is fully decorated for peppermint themed. Basically, take this as a peppermint-themed version of the original Christmas Party 2015 design. Because half of it is actually taken from that design, actually. I'm actually not kidding. You see, yeah, like the carpet, the red and white walls, the desk being updated like this are all taken from that design. The only parts that are different include the floor, the little entrance here, and of course the lights. Outside of that, everything else is taken from the original design. Why? I don't know. It just looked cool when I finished it. And actually, that's all I need to say about this room. I literally just gave out literally every single freaking detail about this room. So let's move on to the Aquamarine lab office, which is somehow still in the lab today for some reason after almost, nearly 9 years. Like 8.5 years to be exact. Holy frick. This is how it looks though. It looks freaking beautiful. And no, before you ask, this is not being used in the actual Zolazap 2 party. God no, these are all exclusive to the Creations world. Every single one of these designs are exclusive to the Creations world. Let me just make myself clear. These will look completely different for their respective designs in the actual lab events themselves. Just to make myself extremely clear here. As you can see, it looks like this. It looks freaking beautiful. And that's it. Okay, well, except for the roof. You can't forget about that. The original Zolazap 3 lab office has also been updated for this party. As you can see, it looks like this. It is a full-on peppermint design, which is freaking awesome. As you can see, it literally incorporates every single peppermint element of this. And as you can see, it literally looks like this. It is actually awesome. Now this next one is extremely freaking interesting. Let's just say this right here is what Zolazap 2's lab office would have looked like in 2018 if the lab wasn't, corrupted. I'm dead serious. And no, this is not the room that was reused, because it has never been seen before prior to this party. But let's just, let me just make it clear though, this is actually what the lab office probably would have looked like in 2018 for the Zolazap 2 Christmas party. Basically, a blue version of the 2017 design, which was the design of the 2015 design. You get the freaking idea, right? Woo! It is cool to show you guys this. It's pretty nice, am I right? Imagine if this was actually seen in the actual party. That would have actually been pretty freaking sick, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, with all that said, it also would have matched the tree pretty well. Oh, and in there's not updated. Okay. Wait, hold on. What? I never cleaned this up from Halloween? Okay, I assure you I took out every single Halloween room about a month ago, and apparently it took me until right now to know that I did not take out this specific room. God dang it. Don't worry though, the rest of these actually are decorated. Such as, of course, the Icy Zolazap 3. As you can see, it is a full-on peppermint themed design. And it's actually kind of a reference, this little archway right here is a little reference to the Season 2 Christmas house design for our Big Brother series. Now just in a peppermint theme. Also, speaking of house designs, how long did it take you guys to notice that they're all finally gone? Yep, I finally removed them when making this party, which is freaking awesome. It's about time. Those were there for far longer than they should have. As you can see, up here looks updated as well. It is extremely cool. And up here is also updated. It's mainly just the fences that were updated. But overall, this looks amazing. Now, this next one is slightly different. You can see, you can already see a difference right here. So there are some slight differences with this design. It's the present day one for Zolazap 3. And as you can see up here, it's pretty much the exact same thing up here. Like, literally, it's pretty much the exact same thing, other than the fact that these are actually now this. So, see, there are some minor differences. And lastly but not least for the Zolazap series is the Underground Party Room, the classic one. As you can see, this looks really cool. And it's a full-on peppermint theme design, a nice way to wrap up this entire design right here. With all that being said, now let's move on to the rest of the world. That's what I would have said if I didn't forget about the UFO, god dang it. I literally was about to move on to the next part of the world, and then I realized I didn't showcase the UFO. Don't worry, this shouldn't take long at all, I promise. As you can see, the entrance actually does look pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. And as you can see, up here is also updated. Really, really nice. And down here, the pool is also updated for this party, which also looks really cool. This is the only room in here to be updated, just to be specifically clear. So, yeah, there's not too much to say up here. The lounge chairs have been updated, the power source has been updated, and it honestly all looks really cool. And hey, Stripes actually did follow us up here. Nice! But in all seriousness though, for real this time, let's move on to the next part of the world. And I'm serious, we're done here. Next up is the Action World series. So, what we are going to do now is go through these buildings. But first, as you can see, the farm has been updated. Okay, so there actually is powdered snow in this party. So, I guess removing that in the village, I guess didn't make any sense. Why did it take me until now to realize that? Oh, well. Still pretty cool anyway. It honestly, though, does look like this. It's actually pretty cool. As you can see, though, the cabin has been transformed into an entire gingerbread-themed cabin, which actually looks really, really cool. Heading on inside, yep, it has been completely transformed to a gingerbread-themed cabin. And heading on the other side, we can see, of course, that it has been once again transformed into a very nice small little gingerbread cabin. It is honestly really cool. And yeah, with all that said, next up is the hotel, which, if you haven't already managed to notice by now, is all made out of ice. Which is actually not a freaking joke. I am not lying about that. Because going inside, as you can see, it is completely decorated in the ice theme, which is actually really freaking cool. I'm not going to lie. This actually took some time to do, and I am extremely proud of how this came out. Give me just a freaking second. That's much better. Scratch that. That is much more like it. Yeah, that actually looked cool. Because see, I actually wanted to match with these. This actually looked pretty nice. Anyway, the room itself actually does look pretty cool. And it's all the soul torches now. Mainly so the snow doesn't melt here. Heck, even in here is updated with the soul torches. And heck, even the window is updated when you go up here. And heck, if that wasn't already crazy enough, even up here is updated with all the snow. Which is actually pretty cool. And it's all ice themed up here. As you can see, that's exactly how it looks. And it honestly looks really, really cool. As you can see, the room in here mainly just looks like this. There's not too much to it. This room, on the other hand, does actually have decoration, such as right here with the bed, and of course all the windows, reflecting the candy cane theme of the ice theme. In here also is updated to reflect the exact same thing as the other rooms, which is honestly really cool, and it honestly came out really, really well. As for the remainder of this, as you can see, the entire campfire area has been completely transformed into an ice skating rink with a fire in the middle to keep warm. It honestly looks super freaking cool, and I'm not gonna lie, this came out really, really well. And that's it for the Action World series. Next up is the Legos Island series, and as you can see, we have tri-colored candy canes and also the lit up candy canes over here as well. So we're in for a long run today with this one. As you can see, the blacksmith shop automatically starting off looks like this. It actually looks pretty cool, and even the floor got updated. Mainly. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Heading on inside to the actual design, it looks like this. enough said. Next up is the Planet World Pet Cemetery. Sorry, the Legos Island Pet Cemetery. My bad. As you can see, it is all decorated in the tricolored blue candy canes. And over there was the tricolored red ones, if you haven't managed to notice. As you can see, though, it's basically the opposite of the actual Pet Cemetery on Legos Island, where that's all red, and this is all blue. If it doesn't already look freaking obvious by the way it looks. You can clearly tell that this is the complete opposite of that. And wow! Am I right? Still looks cool, though, I'm not gonna lie. Next up is the coffee shop. And heading on in here, we can see it is all the lit up red candy canes, which is freaking awesome. And you can clearly tell because of this. As you can see, we have some space elements. Because these candy canes technically originated with the Christmas in Space theme back in 2022 for Solar Lab 2. So, I had to put it back in just for that reason. But this is still a custom design. As you can see, it's really, really cool. And yeah, with all that said, let's move on to the next room. Next up is the library. We got a candy cane right here. And heading on inside, it is another custom design based off of the lit up green candy cane. It's actually really, really cool. And yeah, this design came out quite well, I'm not gonna lie. There's not much else to say about it. Next up is the first village house. We got a lit up gold candy cane right there. And heading on inside to the actual room. I guess we could reset my spawn point. Let's do that real quick. And this is how the room actually looks. It looks pretty cool. It's all based off of the lit up gold candy cane. That's all. Next up is the second village house, which is based off of the lit up ice candy cane. Heading on inside, we can go ahead and showcase this. As you can see, it is a full-on ice theme design, which honestly looks really, really nice. And it honestly fits this quite well. That's all there is to say about it. Next up is the clothes shop from Legos Island. The door has been obviously changed. And have you managed to notice that all the doors in this have been changed as well? That's mainly to reflect the respective candy cane's colors. This is the lit up gingerbread candy cane, which is really, really cool. And honestly, yeah, it does give off this really, really nice design here, which is genuinely really, really cool. And there is not much actually to say about it, so let's get out of here. Next up is the Legos Island Lodge, which is the glowstone candy cane. As you can see, it has been updated in here, which is really cool. Now, the glowstone candy cane has never been seen prior to this year, so that's an entirely new one, including the gingerbread one. The rest, though, have been seen before. What I mean by is the candy cane designs. In terms of the candy canes, that's what I mean by. As you can see, it looks like this. And heading on upstairs, it also looks like this as well. It honestly looks super freaking cool. And I'm not going to lie, it actually does look pretty cool. I probably could have updated the couches, but I can probably do that another day. With all that being said though, the design looks honestly really, really cool. And don't forget about upstairs too. It's also updated. That's really cool as well. And that's it. God dang it, I completely forgot to decorate the event room. Much like the Icy Soul is at 3. Dang it! I guess I'll come back for this another time. I literally just realized that I never decorated it until like right now. Well, I guess we can move on then. Next up is the beach. And as you can see, it is all covered in snow. Now, I don't think this has ever actually been covered in snow before, so that's entirely new. I'm probably right, actually. I don't think I really ever remember this place ever being covered in snow. Anyway, this is how it looks. It actually looks freaking awesome. And over there is updated too, but I'll get to that in a few minutes. First of all, as you can see, the dance floor has been updated. And the palm trees, while their leaves have died out, are decorated though, and covered in snow. The beacons have been changed to red, green, and white. And the palm trees have been, of course, decorated in red, green, and white. Looks very, very nice, alongside the tiki torches, or just the torches. And also the fences holding up the umbrellas have also been updated as well. It's actually really cool how many of these actually got updated. And that's not even all. We actually have the beach house itself. which out here, as you can see, is updated. And heck, even on the inside is updated too, which is actually really, really cool. So as you can see, it looks like this in here. It genuinely looks awesome. And heck, even upstairs is updated. That's how awesome I am. Yep, I am literally covering every single room here, outside of the 2 that I missed. Woo! I have really decked out this whole world, haven't I? And heck, we're not even done. Well, we're done with the beach, but we still got over here, the melon paradise. Which looks like this. It looks genuinely amazing, and the colors go so well with this. I honestly think, at least, they go so well with this design. And genuinely, I really love how this looks. Heck, even in here got updated, which is awesome. Yep, in here actually got updated, which is really cool. The candy cane theme really does work in here. That's really cool. And I'm not going to lie, that is it for the melon paradise. So, let's move on. Next up is the old house and backyard. Now, this one is going to be extremely interesting, because now we're finally getting into some actual lights. And this is where all the lights are displayed. Okay, I'm not going to lie, they are displayed across both the old and current houses and backyards. So, for the next few minutes, prepare to see some pretty freaking cool lights. As you can see, it is very well decorated around here. And honestly, I'm surprised I didn't do the trees, actually. But, oh well, I wasn't really planning to. By the way, you might notice the shutters are completely removed. Now, that's mainly just, of course, to match up, of course, all these lights. Speaking of lights, heading on in here, we can clearly see that it is made out of lights. Like, basically, this entire freaking house is made out of lights at this point. And also a little bit of a mix of a candy cane theme, too. Just for the record, by the way, it is practically a mix between candy cane and lights. And hopefully Whiskers followed me. But, as you can see, right here we got glowstone. And something really clever about this is that throughout each room, the lights lighting up the rooms normally change to, of course, the respective lights that are, of course, in the room. So, for example, we got glowstone right here. And then if we head into the living room, it is redstone lamps. See? It gets super clever. Yep, it is redstone lamps in here. And even the lights that are normally in here have turned to redstone lamps as well. If it doesn't already make it already clever. And yes, thank God Stripes did actually follow us. But as a reminder, there is some candy cane aspects in here as well. Such as the couch and, of course, these glass things. I completely forgot what those things were called. Oh, they were actually cabinets. Right. Yeah, the glass cabinets. In here has nothing. If you don't count that lever lighting up this light over here. If that isn't already enough, going in here, it automatically changes to sea lanterns. How awesome is that? So as you go for the house, the lights change. Sound familiar? That's how the candy cane maze worked in Lego's Island. Whereas as you went for the rooms, the colors kept changing. So I thought I'd take that a little inspiration, but this time with lights. And honestly, I think it worked well in my favor. This honestly looks amazing. And yeah, what do you guys think? Comment down below. I'd love to hear this. Because as you can see, it actually does look really nice. Like seriously, the lights do look nice. And yes, even back here is updated. And that's it. So, see? The lights swap once again. Now we're here. Now, these are normally the lights that are always in this house. For at least this remake. And we're not even going to even need the shed key today, so we're not even going to bother picking that up. What I can do, though, is go into the laundry room because the lights have changed again. Like I said, it's all across the house. But don't worry, if you thought that was crazy enough, yeah, it's also this too. But if you thought that was more crazy, ta-da! They go from yellow to green to pink. That's right, they go to pink, which is super freaking awesome. And that's it. So let's move on upstairs. Heading on upstairs, as we can see, it goes back to glowstone again. But not for long, though. As you can see, though, there is a candy cane fence over here. And heading on in here, it's redstone lamps again. So now the colors repeat themselves now that we're upstairs. Oh, and yes, this door I'm glad is open on purpose. But I'll close it for now so I don't reveal what's in there. As you can see, though, it is redstone lamps in here, and of course more candy cane themed decorations. It's genuinely really cool. Heading on in here, it's shroom lights now. Awesome, right? Yep, that's right. It's shroom lights in here now, which is super cool. Oh yeah, so there is some powdered snow in this party. This is actually the main part where there actually is powdered snow. Oh, and yes, we're able to get out of there because I'm wearing armor. But, as you can see, yep, that's basically all it is. It's basically just that. So we can get out of here entirely now, and we can go to the classroom. Well, first of all, I forgot to showcase this. We got some glowstone decorations in here, mainly because there wasn't too many out here. Okay, just making sure I close that. The classroom is sea lanterns. Oh yeah, and I did update this a few days ago. So that's why it says December 13th. Let's change that to December 16th. There we go. As you can see though, the classroom is not as decorated as the previous year. It has been slightly toned down. As you probably can notice, the desks were updated last year, whereas this time they aren't. Over the year though, is updated, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. And yeah, that was it for the classroom. So now we're moving on to, of course, the bathroom here, which looks like this, just for the record. And yes, there is more powdered snow. As you can see, the sinks have been filled with powdered snow. Pretty clever, right? And actually, these are the lights that are normally always in here, so I never really had to change too much. Other than, looks great. In here is pink. Of course. I mean, that's Rose-Crystal's favorite color, so of course, why would it not be pink? I mean, over half this room is pink, so why wouldn't I take advantage of it? And also, these are mainly the lights that are always in here, so I didn't really have to change too much. Outside of course, the couch and table and dresser and all of that. Lastly but not least is my room, and, well, formerly Emperor's room as well. And it's green in here, as you can see. And yeah, it looks pretty freaking awesome in here. I'm not going to lie, it actually looks cool. The candy cane theme also works out pretty well, and that can explain the window over here. Not too much to say, other than let's move on to the lanai now. Next up is the lanai, and as you can see, it's mainly resembling all the colors that we just went through. Such as, of course, sea lanterns, the orchard froglight, the verdant froglights, the pearl stem froglights, the redstone lamp ones, and yeah, you get the idea. As you can see though, speaking of sea lanterns, yeah, it's been finally lit over here. And the pool has also been updated to a candy cane theme design. It didn't take too long considering half of this was already this color to begin with. As you can see though, the fire has been changed to blue to make it more winter themed. And over here has been updated as well, mainly to give it a more Christmas themed design. As for the yard itself, it is heavily downgraded compared to the previous year. There's like no lights on the trees anymore, at least on top. Now it's just on here. The reason I did this is because I feel like I went a little too nuts last year, don't you think? This is glowstone on this tree right here, and it's similarly playing out to how the house played out. As you can see, over there was glowstone. Over here is redstone lamps, which is pretty cool. And over here we also got some, of course, some red, white, and green. Over here is not updated, but over here is, and the only thing that's updated is just the tree with sea lanterns. Over here we got some shroom lights on this tree, and then over here we got the orchard frog lights on the pump house here. Pretty cool. Oh, and yes, this got updated too. The staircase, which also means the room has been updated too, which is actually really cool. And yeah, the fences really just worked out for this party. The colors just look amazing for this party. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I did this here. The verdant froglets were put right here on this bush. And the pearl scent frog lights were put right here on this tree. The logs have been changed to red, white, and green, as you can notice. And lastly but not least, we go right back to glowstone and redstone lamps. Like I said, we do not need the shed key because, first of all, as you can see, there's nothing in there. And yeah. Well, that said, that wraps up the old backyard. That's what I would have said if the fences weren't updated. That's right, the entirety of the fences over here are updated for this party. Forgot to show you that, because it's legit. Now the current house. All of this is custom, because there's a decent chance we might not be getting actual front yard decorations in real life. So I did this instead just in case. As you can see, it resembles the exact same thing that we saw at the old house. As you can see, lights are all over the place. And the edges of the flower bed have been updated to more of a Christmas theme, which is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. So for example, this tree is glowstone, this bush is redstone lamps, this is a glowstone over here as well, but that's mainly because of inside specifically. This is sea lanterns, this is shroom lights, this is fern and frog lights, and this is pearl scent frog lights. Oh, and this is the orchard frog lights. And that's really all you need to know about the front yard. Let's continue on to the back. Well, first we gotta go for the house. As you can see, yep, it starts off with glowstone, just like the previous house. Pretty cool, right? Well, as you can see, it looks like this. And it actually looks pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Yep, it is all glowstone in here, which is actually really, really cool. With all that being said, this honestly looks really nice, and we got a little Christmas tree right here. I just realized there wasn't one in the previous house, so god dang it! Don't worry though, I promise, there's something in here. And this is also updated in Candy King theme. You might notice it basically plays out the exact same way as the previous house. Heading on in here, we have redstone lamps once again, which is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. So, continuing on, over here has nothing, but in here does have something. It's mainly just this though. There is not much to say in here beyond that, so let's keep going. When heading on into the kitchen, it automatically goes to sea lanterns, just like the old house. Pretty cool, am I right? Yep, it all goes to sea lanterns from here. It is freaking awesome. And nothing back here if you do not count this. I was not expecting to do this, just to clarify. I just did it because why not? Then when you make your way out of the kitchen, it goes automatically to shroom lights here in the den, which is actually pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. This actually does look pretty clever. And yeah, I don't know why that was missing. Anyway, that's mainly it. And the cabinets, once again, have been updated to, of course, obviously, reflect the candy cane theme. And not to mention, my room has been updated as well. Of course, it's all custom, with, of course, the orchard frog lights right here. But there's not too much to say other than the candy cane design does look pretty nice. In here, all there is just some powdered snow. So that's cool. Rose Crystal's room, of course, has pearl scent frog lights, which is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. There's not too much to say about that, other than it looks cool. Going into End Pro's room, it is green, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, I can see why that melted because of these lights. Yeah, it's green in here. Looks freaking beautiful. And in here is sea lanterns again. Yep, it's all sea lanterns here. Pretty cool. And now the lanai itself. It basically just merges everything just like the previous lanai. We got sea lanterns right here, shroom lights right here, glowstone right here, and redstone lamps right here. I also updated the bar because I realized this was slightly too big. And I'm referring to, of course, the top part of it, so I shortened it. But outside of that, we also have the orchard frog lights right here. And god dang it, I did not update the lights up here. God freaking dang it. I'll do that later. The pool, just like the old house, is updated as well. Let's go to the backyard. The backyard is updated, and as you can see, features a really nice design, which of course merges everything together that we just went through. As you can see, we have glowstone right here, and as you go along, of course, we got the pearl froglets from over there, and of course, this path obviously represents, of course, you know, the one out there. Now, over here, we have sea lanterns on this specific tree, and it's pretty cool, I'm not going to personally lie. All that said, over here, the fence has also been updated just like the old backyard. Also, this is much more heavily toned down compared to the previous year if you haven't managed to notice and if you've watched the previous year's video. We have orchard frog lights right here on this tree specifically, and then over here we have the verdant frog lights on this tree and the pearl stem froglets on this tree. Similarly to over there, this is updated, which is pretty cool. And the workshop is also updated as well. Officially finishing off the backyard and also the houses itself. Now we're gonna go through this portal and access the nether. Oh, so there's winter. Okay, that's where everybody went. Now we're gonna go here. And now we're in the 2014 village, which as you can see has been completely decorated for Christmas as well. As you can see, this place is a mix between red and green with some cool mini trees on it, which is actually awesome. As you can see though, heading on inside, it is completely red here, as you can see, and then if you head upstairs, it is completely green, exactly how it is outside, which is really cool. And then, if we go to the work office, that was the lodge by the way, if we go to the work office, as you can see, it is completely blue in here, which is actually really cool. So we merged red and green and also blue into this village as well, which is really, really cool. As for the hotel, it's mainly made out of candy canes. So as we go up, you'll notice how they're all decorated with their respective candy cane designs on the windows. But there is not too much else to say outside of that because the hotel is rather small. Where did this come from? I do not know which one is which. This is really hard. Get out of here. There we go. I'm not sure which one was the real one. But it turns out some cats have gone missing apparently. And I guess I can see where they went. My house, as you can see, is updated as well. Which is pretty cool. Heading on inside, it looks like this. And it actually looks pretty cool. Hopefully no other cats show up outside of course, Stripes. Up here is updated, but it's not too much. Mainly because it's mainly just a very small house. Now, we're going to go all the way over to the campsite. Which, just for the record, doesn't really have that many decorations. Literally, the only decorations here are just the logs. And we're already done. And lastly but not least is the sand village. As you can see, it is covered in snow, although granted you guys already knew that. What you didn't know is that all these rooms are decorated. Heading on inside to the lodge, it's mainly just... Wait, hold on, why is this guy here? Anyway, this, as you can see, is updated for this party. And apparently the stairs weren't updated, but that's completely fine. Heading on up here, it's mainly just the windows updated. Not too much to say, other than if we do go out here, the other areas are updated as well. Let's head inside the work office, because as you can see, it is updated. But it's mainly just the windows that were updated, and this little mini arch for the entrance. Outside of that, the work office doesn't really have too much in here. Heading on to the hotel. Actually, there's literally nothing in here. The tour sign is updated outside of the fact that I forgot to put the tour sign, like, legitimately back. The sign that actually does say tours. Oh, well. We're gonna go to the wilderness next since we're literally right next to it. And I just realized nothing actually changed here. Outside of the bushes. Yep. Nothing else changed here outside of the path and bushes. Oh, well. I think it already works. And holy frick, I did not realize we were already an hour in. Thank God we're about to be done. We're going to head to the town next, considering, well, that's the next place that's nearby. As you can see, the town is updated for this party. Which, as you can see, looks like this. Looks great. Heading on inside, we, of course, have the coffee shop here. And it looks really, really cool. It's mainly just all a candy cane theme. And up here is as well. It's mainly, again, just all a candy cane theme. There's not too much to say, other than it looks amazing. And then we have the dance club next, or just the dance place next. Actually, I completely forgot. What did I call this place? In all seriousness, the dance floor, while very small, is all decorated in candy cane theme. There's a little bit of green right here, which is pretty cool. And that's it. The clothes shop has nothing outside of the arch. You gotta be freaking kidding me, I never updated this. Oh wow. This room is rather small anyway, so that's probably why. But before we leave the town, as you can see, the cactuses have been updated to, of course, their respective colors of red, green, and white, alongside being lit up as well. As you can see, they look really, really pretty. As you can see, they honestly look super pretty. And honestly, I really like how this came out. So last but not least, guys, is the plaza. And as you can see, this place is pretty decked. Not to mention the insides of the buildings themselves. These all look super cool. And yeah, not to mention the little back area has its fences updated as well in red, green, and white, which is actually pretty cool. Next up, we're going to head to the feeder area, right here, which has nothing in it. God dang it! And in here has nothing either. I completely forgot to decorate these rooms. You gotta be kidding me. I'll come back in probably the next episode to show you these. I just remembered that now that I never decorated these rooms. That includes here too, if you don't count the windows. At least the fences are updated. And there you have it, everybody. That wraps up the Creations World Christmas event for 2024. As you can see, this is far bigger than the previous year. It's like 32 minutes longer than the original video from 2023. And oh my god, this is probably my favorite Creations World Christmas event of all time. You can clearly tell I put a lot of care into this. And, well, we'll be back in a week to create another Christmas theme creation, which will be very fun. And then we'll be back in 9 days to reveal exactly what room was reused. Which, I'm not going to lie, you're probably all going to be shocked what it is. But it's going to be worth it. What was your favorite room of this party? Comment down below. And with all that said, see you in the next one on December 23rd.